WLNS is here for you with 6 News at 5:30.
Thanks for joining us tonight at 5:30. I'm Siobhan Klepfer. Hit that clock. We have a lot of news to cover in the first 6 minutes of news, and we begin with a family appealing to Michigan's governor to halt an execution in Alabama. Demetrius Frazier is on death row in Alabama for the murder of a woman there in 1991. He was serving 3 life sentences in Michigan for murder and criminal sexual conduct when he was found guilty of the Alabama murder in 1996. In 2011, then Governor Rick Snyder agreed to send Frazier to Alabama to face execution. Frazier's attorneys argue the agreement is unlawful. They say they're sending a petition with thousands of signatures to Governor Whitmer to intercede.
Governor Whitmer, could you please, I'm pleading for you to send my son back to Michigan to finish his time served there. Please, Governor, I'm asking you.
Governor Whitmer has yet to address the request. The Michigan Attorney General's office told the Detroit News it found that the extradition agreement is legal. A sad update from Grand Rapids tonight. A 12-year-old girl has died from her injuries after police and prosecutors say her mother set their home on fire with 3 children inside. This happened on Saturday. 2 other children, ages 10 and 7, were able to escape the flames and run to a neighbor's house for help. Police say 47-year-old Rakonda Singleton admitted to them she started the fire and wanted to die with her daughters. But they say she instead poured lighter fluid all over the house, set it on fire, and then went outside. So far, Singleton is charged with arson and 3 counts of second-degree child abuse. Staying with crime, a jury in Van Buren County has found 34-year-old Gregory Campos guilty of murder. In 2023, he intentionally drove a truck into 2 people, killing one of them. It happened near Paw Paw. The sheriff's office says Campos went to a house looking for his girlfriend, who was not there. He got into a fight with a man and woman in the driveway, and they ran off, but they say Campos drove into them, killing the woman. The man was able to get into a house, but Campos drove his truck into the house, injuring the man. Campos admitted to police he was using meth at the time. He's scheduled to be sentenced in March. And just across the Indiana border in Elkhart, 3 people, including the suspect, are dead tonight after a shooting at a grocery store. 2 police officers were reportedly injured in the Monday incident. Police say officers responded to a call about a shooting and found 2 people dead in the store. They got into a shootout with the suspect and killed that person. 2 officers were also shot but survived. In the nation's capital, President Donald Trump signed an executive order on Monday directing Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth to revise the Pentagon's policy on transgender troops. The order directs Secretary Hegseth to come up with a plan to eventually ban transgender people from serving in the armed forces. In the order, President Trump declared an entire group of people as being incapable of living a, quote, honorable, truthful, and disciplined lifestyle, end quote. Lambda Legal and the Human Rights Campaign have announced plans to sue the administration in support of transgender members of the military. A jetliner belonging to the South Korean carrier Airbusan caught fire today on the tarmac while preparing for a flight to Hong Kong. All 169 passengers and 7 crew members were evacuated, and 1 person was taken to a hospital. Officials say the fire began inside the tail of the plane. The plane is an Airbus A321, and the company and airline are coordinating on an investigation. In Africa, a group of rebels allegedly backed by the Rwandan government seized control of the city of Goma on Monday in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Hundreds of thousands of people fleeing the 3-decade-long war have been finding shelter in that city. Others have crossed the border into Rwanda. The recent fighting is seen as a significant escalation of violence that stretches back to the Rwandan genocide. Rwanda has previously denied links to the rebellion, but officials say they have said that they have the right to defend themselves. They accuse the DRC of supporting militias allegedly connected to the 1994 genocide. In Chicago today, scientists examining chaos and strife across the world updated the doomsday clock, a visual representation of how close humanity is to destroying itself. The clock is now set at 89 seconds to midnight, which marks the end of the world. The Bulletin of the Atomic Scientist lists climate change, nuclear weapons, Middle East instability, artificial intelligence, and more as reasons for moving the clock forward. And there's something making it all worse.
All of these dangers are greatly exacerbated by a potent threat multiplier: the spread of misinformation, disinformation, and conspiracy theories that degrade the communication ecosystem and increasingly blur the line between truth and falsehood.
The clock was created in 1947 and used minutes. Rapid global changes prompted the bulletin to use seconds instead. And today marks 39 years since the Space Shuttle Challenger disaster. 7 NASA astronauts were killed when the shuttle exploded 73 seconds after liftoff from Kennedy Space Center. The 1986 flight was Challenger's 10th mission. One of those on board was school teacher Christa McAuliffe, who was the first participant in NASA's Teacher in Space project. In December, her life was the subject of a PBS documentary, Christa. Back here in Michigan, Governor Gretchen Whitmer announced a contest for young artists to design the cover of the 2025 State of the State program. Michigan's students, kindergarten through 12th grade, are invited to come up with a creative design on the theme this year, which is Think Michigan. To find out how to enter the contest, you can head to the Scene on 6 section of our website, WLNS.com. The State of the State is scheduled for February 26th. And we wrap up our first 6 minutes of news with Permai, the elephant, on a jumbo journey to a safari park in Australia. She was the last female elephant at the Perth Zoo and is now being able to live in a habitat where she can roam on a wide expanse of land with fellow elephants. To get there, she had her own personal ride and plenty of snacks of peanut butter sandwiches and watermelon slices, Kendall. So a happy ending there for that lovely elephant.
Yeah, very nice trip that she had probably.
Yeah, peanut butter sandwiches, watermelon slices.
She had it all.
Yeah.
Siobhan, we have it all in the forecast.
I mean, today with the sunshine and we're warming up, I'm liking that.
Well, you'll like this forecast too. We have some 40s coming our way for highs.
Your full forecast with all those warm, yummy details next with Kendall. And then later here at 5:30, not everyone is able to pay for their utility bills on time or sometimes at all, but there are ways to delay those payments in the colder winter months. We're going to tell you all those details coming up in this week's Legal Edge. Stay with us for that and much more, and we're coming right back.